Hey guys, it's me. Today I'm gonna do a review for Dragon Ball Z Fukatsu no F or Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F or Revival of F, whatever you want to call it. But basically, the newest movie that just came out yesterday in America. Well, the regular premiere, not the exclusive that came out in Los Angeles a month or two ago. And I'm going to discuss what I liked about it. I'm not going to make a synopsis because I half of the people who probably will watch this have not seen the film. The other half have probably seen the film and don't want to know a synopsis of something they already know. So I'm going to discuss whether or not you should watch it. Um, Pros and cons, what are my favorite parts, stuff like that. Um, okay, so let's get started. Um, what did I think of it? I loved it. It was incredible. Um, I had so many speculations through the past few months because of what I seen and what I heard. Excuse me. Um, all this talk about Frieza coming back. I was just like, ah, why him? You know, uh, that's silly. Like, why would you bring back him? It doesn't. And how is he gonna compete with God Goku? Like, how's he gonna compete with that when Frieza was easily killed by Super Saiyan Trunks? And they actually reference that in the film. And then when I found out when I watched the movie, all of my speculations were out of the window. I say you should definitely watch this. Most people, you either extremely love it or you hate it. Most people, when I was in the theater, loved it. A few people were, you know, but they cannot deny that there were parts of the movie that they enjoyed, such as Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, getting his form and getting his spotlight, even though it got taken away from him. We can ultimately say that the hero of the film was Whis, with what happened in the end. I'm not going to spoil it because some people haven't seen the film, but I loved all of the fan service. They perfected the pacing and the style of Dragon Ball that has always been Dragon Ball. Like they perfected that style. That Battle of Gods kind of was okay at. Battle of Gods majority of the movie was chilling, relaxing, just catching up and having Bulma's party and looking for Super Saiyan God and arguing over pudding. And then the other half or other part of the movie was the fight, the big fight. Um, with this movie, you get both at the same time. Like the movie starts off with, I loved how the movie started off. It was so I didn't prepare for that. Like this is Frieza, this is something serious that you're supposed to get that vibe of, oh my god, the planet's gonna get destroyed again. Frieza's coming back. What is he gonna do now? But no, the movie starts off with him in hell, which is weird. I like the concept. They never made this concept until now. It must be a Toriyama thing where he every planet in the Dragon Ball universe apparently has its own hell, and hell basically. Well, we saw this in the manga where Dabura, the king of demons, uh, when he got killed by Boo, when King Yama was about to send him to hell, he figured that would be too enjoyable for him being a demon king, and so they turned him into an angel and sent him to heaven, which is his punishment. Um, with Frieza, since he's not a demon king but he is a villain, his hell was being sucked in a cocoon in his mecha form for some strange reason. You know, if I recall in the Dragon Ball series, like say for instance Goku when he died, he had the hole in his chest. When he was in the afterlife, when he was in Otherworld, he did not have this hole in his chest anymore. But in this movie, Vegeta, no, Frieza is in his mecha form when he's in the cocoon, surrounding the teddy bears and the flowers and the tree. That part was so funny to me. I really appreciated that. And then it goes straight into the movie. Um, Other favorite parts, Tien. I really like that they gave him like some sort of spotlight this time, instead of just getting beaten down. I just really like that they brought back the Frieza soldiers, you know, putting all of the technicalities aside, such as Piccolo being as strong as Super Saiyan at one point. Why is he getting beat down by Frieza soldiers, and how is Master Roshi able to, go hand in hand with a Frieza soldier, thousands of Frieza soldiers, putting those technicalities aside, the movie is awesome. The fight scene is awesome. It really it really brought me back to old kung fu movies, honestly. Except for the, putting the two Bruce Lee references aside, such as the 1 inch punch that they had with Goku and Frieza, and Jocko being silly, being like imitating Bruce Lee. It reminded me a lot of old kung fu movies where, like, especially the final fight scene in Enter the Dragon, where everything's just breaking loose and everybody's fighting. To overthrow the guy's name. Oh my god, I haven't seen the movie in a few months. Excuse me, but you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, it was like a big fight scene. It was just action packed. It was intense. It was awesome, but it had that comedy to it at the same time. Like, you were laughing at the same time. You're like, oh my god, look at the fight. Like, he just punched that guy really hard. That type of thing. Like, it had cool, memorable moments because every Dragon Ball Z fight is cool. It's really cool. It's really fast paced, just the boom, 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 just going back and forth. That's typical. That's not like memorable, but in this movie, everybody had their own memorable part. Like Tien, doing the tri beam, blowing everybody out, and Piccolo, Piccolo. I think over the years, Piccolo, instead of fighting and meditating and training and stuff, he's kind of got a sense of humor. Uh, last movie we had him playing Bingo when he got frustrated. Then this movie we have him taking off his weighted clothing and throwing it at a Frieza soldier, saying, "I got a present for you." And yet he did that to another character, and I thought that was really funny. We had that, and then his fight with Sashimi. I think that's his name, the red guy with the horns and stuff that's stronger than the rest of the Frieza soldiers. Um, that fight was memorable. The Master Roshi. I could not believe that they gave him an actual role in this movie. I was like, what is Toriyama doing now? Like, finally, I guess they're listening because the fans want more characters to develop and fight and have their spotlight before Goku comes in and does his thing. So I really appreciate. But that was so cool when he did the one-handed Kamehameha. Like, I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Like, and he was like fighting like hundreds upon hundreds of Frieza soldiers, and he can't even fly. It was awesome. Um, Krillin being a police officer was so cool. Even though that was like a small part, I it was just wow. And you could tell the movie reeked of nostalgia when every majority of the characters from the Namek Saga, excluding Master Roshi and Tien, kind of resembled their Namek arc look, even though they had new costumes like Goku and Vegeta. They had new costumes with the Wii symbol and stuff, but the costumes still kind of resemble the way they looked on Namek. And Gohan, except for the tracksuit, his hair was very resembling to that of Namek. And of course Frieza, other than when he gets his golden form, he he has his original forms. And Krillin shaves bald, like old times. He even says that in the film. It's just the movie reeked of nostalgia, and I think that was the main purpose of the film. The main purpose of the film is not to be a hardcore fan and say, "Why is Frieza back? Why is he this much stronger?" When they explain with the whole 4 month thing, and he's never trained. He's a supreme being in the universe that has never trained, and naturally he's as strong as a Super Saiyan. So if he trains, he would get at that God level. So I think, what's your goal when you watch this film? Even though you will think about certain things like timeline placement, such as that, and Bulma's sister being mentioned out of nowhere, with those technicalities. If you throw those technicalities out the window, you will have fun with the film. You will enjoy it. You'll say to yourself, "Oh my God, this is awesome! Like, Dragon Ball Z is really back. Like, they perfected the formula." Um, so I definitely think you should watch it. I thought it was awesome. I would give it like a 9 out of 10 because I've asked my friend as we were walking out, and my sister walking out, what we thought of the film, and the only thing that they said was that they wished Vegeta got more of a part, and I can agree to that because his parts in the movie, every single part of Vegeta in the movie was just funny or it was awesome, and especially with the Super Saiyan got Super Saiyan, I thought that was awesome. But even though that was only like a minute or two, uh, he definitely deserved more, and he definitely didn't deserve to get screwed over in the end. But And at the end of the day, Whis was the hero. Whis is the new goat. Um, but yeah, I talked about this a little bit too long, but I was just really excited. I was really impressed with the film. Um, I definitely say you should go watch it. Um, if you've seen the movie, tell me what. Feel free to tell me what you think about the movie. Anything, I would love to hear it. We could discuss it. Um, so yeah, catch you guys later.